What's good? I'm Joey Etch, writer for XXLmag.com. Back again this week with another episode of The Break Live, special Friday edition. And for good reason, because this week's guest, the hottest up-and-comer out of California right now, no doubt, 310babii. Be checking in with us in just a second. What's good, everybody? Coming through today on The Break Live, 310babii. And at 17 years old, still in high school, it has been up and stuck ever since he dropped the Soak City track back in June. I mean, viral is an understatement, right? He's got half the NFL doing the dance in the end zone to the TikTok song. Major cosigns from Mustard, Travis Scott, all types of influencers. And then he comes out with a remix that reads like a California festival. Blueface, Mustard, Tyga, ohgeesy. It's crazy, man. The come up is insane. I'll be pulling up in just a second. Let's see where he's at. What's good, man?
What's good? What's good?
How you doing?
Good, you?
Good, man. I'm Joey. And for those just checking in, we got 310babii for a special episode of The Break today. We're going to be talking about his massive success in the rap game, especially off of Soak City, right? So 310, what's good, man?
What's good? What's good? I'm doing good, man. Having fun with this.
How you living today?
Man, good. I mean, I've been traveling, performing different places, getting my feet wet with this. It's all new to me.
No doubt, right? So thank you for joining me. And what's been this year like for you? It's just a wild success.
I mean, honestly, I just been, working. It's all new, but it's exciting and everything mind blowing. I'm grateful though.
For sure, glad to hear that. How are you handling being in the spotlight like this?
I don't know. I think it's staying grounded with everything and having balance in my life.
Sure. So, what are some of the things you do to make sure that you have that balance?
Continue to do the things I was doing before. I mean, recognition for music. If I'm going to school, let's keep going to school. Let's stop, have going on. Let's continue to listen to my, you know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that, get to ahead of myself.
Sure. No doubt. It's important. So you're still in high school, right? What year are you in?
Senior.
All right. It must be a wild balance between all the things going on plus school. What's a typical day in your life like?
Going to school, going home, opening Instagram, hell notifications, and trying to do a little homework, but then maybe go perform later than it's just all, I don't know, it's a lot.
I'm sure. Now, do you do anything else besides go to school and create music?
I mean, I might play the game sometimes, but yeah.
No doubt. What games you like?
2K, Madden, GTA.
Are you a sports guy?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No doubt. Have you played any sports in your life?
Like football, basketball.
Oh, no doubt. That's dope. So you don't do that anymore, though. How do you find time?
No, I don't. I mean, I'll go play basketball,
Sure.
but I don't. No.
Cool. That's what's up, man. So, all right, let's take it back from the beginning. For anyone just checking in, we got 310babii for The Break Live today. If anyone's unfamiliar, where are you from, man? I mean, the name speaks for itself, but still, just in case.
LA, I'm from LA.
What part?
Inglewood.
Oh, no doubt. Now, obviously, that's a place that's pretty famous for music, specifically hip hop. Do you remember when you were first put on to rap music?
Not specific time, but they want. I mean, radio. I don't know. No specific time. Not.
Are there any artists that you gravitated to coming up?
Yeah, like Chief Keef, Gucci Mane.
No doubt. No doubt. What do you like about their music?
Honestly, they're both unique artists. There's nobody else that sounded like them. If anything, they're the ones that influence other artists. You know what I'm saying? They were unique.
Absolutely.
That.
Yeah. Absolutely. Some pioneers for sure. Now, how did you find your way into rap yourself?
Honestly, watching videos of artist, like it inspired me in a way, like, well, I can't do that. You know, it looked cool. Um, I just figured it out. Like, I mean, I never had like studio time, so like I was like, I don't know, like I had computers and like headphones trying to figure out how to rap. I ain't had no help, and eventually I don't know, opened my phone, band live, and it just worked. Crazy. Took a long time.
You said band live?
Band
Yeah,
live.
yeah. How old were you when you started to decided to make music?
Um, I started making music in like middle school, so like seventh grade. Um, and yeah, like seventh grade. But it
Seventh grade
never
was
like I wasn't consistent with it. Nah,
okay. But in seventh grade, like you wrote your first set of rhymes or you recorded your first song?
recorded.
That's dope. So what did you do? You found a beat somewhere?
Yeah, off just YouTube. I downloaded it and put it on a computer, but it wasn't like good quality though. Horrible.
You're not running that one back?
Mm-mm. Nah, we done with that.
So um what was the first song that you ever dropped?
First song. I don't even remember the exact first song. I don't remember honestly. Because I started on SoundCloud before I went to all the like DSPs.
Got it. So how old were you when that happened?
When I first, that was seventh grade. Yeah,
Okay. All right. So when did you start putting stuff on DSPs?
like like eighth grade.
Oh,
Like
okay. All right. All right.
I didn't know like all like the distribution apps and stuff. I didn't know nothing about that.
Got you. So how did you get schooled on that?
Uh, the internet, with stuff, like this TikTok, yeah, eighth grade, so 2020. That's when like TikTok was really popping, and that's why I like figured out a lot of stuff regarding like my music. Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. Now, when did you lay down Soak City?
Uh, when was this? June, June of this year.
So you dropped it this year. When did you make the track?
No, June.
Oh, dope. So uh what was that process like? How did you get the song going?
So I mean, it's summertime. I just needed. I don't know. I was kind of playing my cards right. Um, I knew like parties was coming up in LA. Like what the kids need something to listen for the parties, and I knew that was gonna be kind of a way with recognition, like getting recognition in the city. So I did it, and it like worked. I mean, yeah.
What was the process like behind recording that track?
So I mean, had the beat, and I'm just sitting there, and this day was like a little different, like recording on my phone, like so like it's different. Like I'm in the booth, like I'm on my phone, so like I could get up and like walk around, and I was like jumping in a way, like not literally, but you know what I'm saying, like vibing a little bit, like it was hot, and it's like I couldn't say nothing wrong in the recording process. Like everything was like butter. It was just amazing, and it was a good feeling. It was one of the best feelings I had ever making a song.
No doubt that one of the best feelings you ever had making a song. Now, did you have like a local buzz, a buzz around your school, the community about your music prior to Soak City?
Mm-mm. Like I mean. Mm, Local buzz. I think I started to get a little recognition, but it wasn't like that. Like it was just starting a little bit. Like it wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy. Not at school or nothing. Like I just a snippet from Soak City came out. After that, it was like
All right.
yes.
So so when you're recording the song on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
like do you had your lyrics written down? Who produced the beat?
Creep Team and done that, but
Oh, okay. All right.
I didn't write Soak City. I mean, like I freestyled. Like I didn't write anything down.
No doubt, no doubt. So that happens in June, and then did you yourself just put out the snippet right after you did
Uh,
it?
yeah, like right after it was just I sent it out to some people and I just put it on Instagram and it was going up. It was going.
And then how did it find its way to TikTok?
Somebody took. I didn't even put it on there because like it wasn't out yet. Like they just screen recorded audio. It was gone.
So it started to go up immediately once that snippet went on when they recorded it and put it on TikTok.
No, it was on Instagram first. Like people started using it for like edits and stuff for parties. And that's when it was going crazy. TikTok, and after that, like it started off a little slow. Like the first couple of days. After that, like 2 weeks in, it was out of here.
And then how long after that did you drop it to the full track?
I think that like within like oh,
Word. Now, who came up with the dance?
The dance also. This is a funny thing. So this girl like from LA, like in the city, she put together like a little routine for the TikTok, like which made it go up on TikTok, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the dance as in like what everybody sees like NFL players doing, that's not even like a Silk City dance. That was already something. Squabble. Shout out to Cheetah. But what they did, and I'm so appreciative, is that people took that dance and put it with my song to where like it had nothing to do. Silk City had nothing to do with that, but they put two and two together, boom, merged it, and then it was like one, big product, and it was out of here. But it made sense. It was perfect.
That's
So yeah.
that's unbelievable, right? So like when did you first see that dance? Or well, the girl who did the dance in LA. Do you know who she is?
Yes.
Who is it?
Her Instagram is like Adore Beauty.
Okay, and then she puts it together, and does that dance start going viral on
Yeah,
TikTok?
it was going viral. That was going like that's separate. Like in the city, like locally, that was going viral. Like it was like a little routine she did, with, like different dances. One like a routine that was going viral. But then like the NFL stuff, that's like a whole different. That's like mainstream. Like that's a whole. Yeah.
Now, what was the first time you saw somebody of a high profile doing it? The squabble to your song.
Mm, I don't remember. Like within like the first couple of weeks, like first week in the field, like first 2 weeks, and I saw CJ Stroud hit it. I'm like, whoa. But the thing is that I only saw one video with my song, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like somebody put my song, like because that was already a dance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once I keep seeing my song added over and over to multiple people hitting the squabble, it's like now it's like, oh, like I guess my song is like what they put in. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
together. Because to me, like I said, it was already a dance. So in my head, I'm thinking like, oh, that's cool. Like. But then now it's like the 1-2 punch going with it. And I'm like, all right, that's what we doing. It's going crazy though. It was crazy.
So what's the next move from something like that? You're like, what do I got on my hands, and where do you go from there? What do you do?
Honestly, I think I just stay hungry. Um, it's so easy to become like satisfied with a little bit of like what you got. Like, oh yeah, like people like know me or like they're the song. But honestly, it's just like staying hungry. Um, keep working. Like I'm working on a project right now, still doing other songs, still trying to become better.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, just working.
So
Yeah.
right. So once this thing starts going crazy, like, what's the conversation like with your family? Are you at dinner like, hey guys, I got this thing going on? Like, do they need to convince you to finish high school to begin with?
Nah, I mean, I always remain educated. Um, but no, like conversation just like just remain remain who you are. Stay true to yourself. You know, yeah, like I don't know, they're happy for me. Everybody happy for me.
That's great to hear. That's great to hear. So, were you starstruck at all by some of the people that have reached out to you or started sharing the video and things like that? I saw like Saucy Santana, Nick Cannon.
No, like honestly, seeing that is crazy because the thing is like I don't know, like it's just like who else? Like who else gonna do something? You know what I'm saying? It's
Hmm.
like Nick Cannon. Like I would have never Cannon. Out of everybody, like you know what I'm saying? Like Nick Cannon, NFL player, like it's just crazy. It's crazy,
Now,
bro.
in that process, did anyone start hitting you up, sliding in your DMs, like hitting you up, trying to, connect?
Yeah, no, for sure. Multiple artists were hitting me up. Like pretty much everybody I listened to growing up in LA was tapping in. It's crazy. Um,
Which one?
and yeah, like giving encouragement.
Yeah, words of encouragement. Which words of encouragement stand out the most from somebody?
Let's see. Talking to like Mustard. Mustard told me like, this like, stay hungry, do whatever made you pop or blow up in a way. Keep that same going because that's your formula. Like, don't change up for nobody. And if you could do it once, do it again. Like that's your sauce. Like, don't change up your game at all. Like, stick to your game plan. Yeah.
No doubt. Those are great words of advice. Now, are you signed to a label right now?
No,
Okay. All right. So who's been your support system on the business side of things?
my manager did. Shit.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Um, now, how long after Soak City did you put together the lottery pick project?
That was like, so in between me making Silk City, right? I was
Mhm.
making all these other songs. And the moment I saw Silk City go up in my head, like, this was not strategy at all. I'm not signed or nothing. Like, I don't have anybody telling me what to do. I had no type of, what's the word I'm looking for? Guidance. So then I did it. I'm like, okay, if people coming in for Silk City and put together a product so they hear something else. Because if I might not get their attention ever again. So I just put one song together, just drop it and put Silk City on there. And then, yeah, like it was no, like, we used strategy, but not like, I didn't have a manager and nobody telling me what to do. But yeah,
No doubt, dope. Have you gotten any good feedback on the project?
not for sure. I mean, it wasn't the best. Like, quality wise, like it wasn't a studio mix and master. But I think for the situation, my circumstance, and what I had going on at that moment, I feel like it was the best I could have done, and it's a pretty solid body of work for that time.
I think so too. I like the little skit you got on there with like, were those some of your people from around the way?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's dope. All right, so Soak City is up, right? And then you come out with a new version that, like I said, reads like a Los Angeles music festival. Blueface, Tyga, Blue Bucks Clan, ohgeesy, Mustard. How did all that come to be?
Um, Everybody, I don't know, everybody showed love and tapped in with me, and it just all happened so quick. Everybody was tapping in and was trying to send verses. I was like, dude, like, come on, let's you don't turn none of those verses down. I'm telling
Right.
you, those verses are hard to get in general. Why would you not?
Exactly. Now, have you had like outside of them sending you the verses, have you had any interactions with any of those dudes?
I know for sure. Like bluebucksclan, they let me come out to a show. Jeezy, Tyga, like I linked up with him at a show. Who am I missing? Tyga, Blueface. I mean, even last night, like Blueface out when I did like a high school with Power 106 performed. But yeah, like I don't know, we all had some type of interaction for sure.
No doubt. Now, how would you yourself describe your overall sound? Is there a
I,
specific subgenre?
I mean, of course, like people will be like, oh yeah, like West Coast artists, right? I feel like, yeah, I'm a West Coast artist, but I feel like I bring my own flavor to it in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I do.
yeah,
I do.
bring my own flavor. I don't know, but I think as I continue to like make more and more music, right? I think we're gonna see my sound just like expand and elevate. And I don't know what I'm gonna sound like in 10 years, but if I keep working hard, man, it's gonna be some great music coming out.
Absolutely, man. No doubt. And time is on your side for sure. Now, what type of message are you looking to provide for people through your music?
I would say like you being yourself is enough. You don't have to act like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Or be anybody else to like do something or be like noticed for something. Like for example, like I'm sure there's a lot of people that would like who would have thought like me, like I would have been doing something right now, like music wise or like like you could be like you don't have to be anybody else. That's it. And like people gonna hate or people gonna say stuff, but at the end of the day, like you the one in position, not them. They're the ones spectating. I don't care, like you know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter as long as
Hmm.
what you have going on. It don't matter what anybody says. So the people that's talking is the same people that's running up your streams, the same people that's like keeping you relevant. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How do you put yourself in that position to be so confident in the way that you're moving and not pay any attention to detractors?
Honestly, I think knowing that like the internet not real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody is what it is, but I'm starting to notice how like things that will make you mad is what help you. Like some artists get mad at people talking about them or stuff, but like this will come with it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know at the end of the day, I have positive intentions with everything that I do. So when that's the case, you're always rewarded. You know what I'm saying? I don't move in a way to like cause harm. I don't move in a way to necessarily like think I'm better than anybody, feel like I'm above anybody. I'm the same guy I was 3 months ago. I just have a record now that's hot.
No doubt. No doubt. So the latest single is called Walk with Lil Tyler. That's our guy over
Yeah.
here. How did you link up with him?
Man, Tyler, my manager, tapped in with his people and it just made it happen. Made sense.
No doubt. Yeah, it does make a lot of sense. And Have you had any other interactions with Tyler since?
Yeah, no, for sure. We tapped in.
That's dope. It must be cool to have somebody, exactly your age to be able in a very similar position to be able to chop it up with.
Not for sure. We talked about things because he's been like popping a little bit longer than me. Like he been
Mhm.
a little bit. I mean, within the last year, he was blowing up, right? But we for sure talked and like we connected on some things that made sense. Like early on, how it was for him. Comparing that to how it is for me. It's like we like related on some things and we talked it up. Yeah.
Sure. So what's it like at school for you now? Like, have people started treating you differently, even outside of school in the city, things like that?
Mm-mm. Honestly, like at school, like maybe fresh stuff that's like off the wall, like fresh. Like nobody else really said. People are aware of like the song me who I am, but it's not nothing different. I think I don't give people no reason or anybody school or outside school that like act different towards me because like at the end of the day I'm just me. I don't do too much. I'm not walking around with Gucci on. I'm wearing golf clothes.
Yeah. Uh, and I respect that. Have you done anything really nice for yourself now that you found a bunch of success?
Um, nah, I mean I'll go out and play golf sometimes. That's
Yeah,
that's
you like golf?
my stuff. That's my piece.
No doubt. You got to link up with Schoolboy Q. He's
No, for sure. I'll be yeah, for sure.
yeah. Um, now, uh, Mustard produced the track with Lil Tyler. Did you go to the studio with Mustard for that?
No, no.
Okay. So, so you linked up with Mustard off of Soak City, but then he's like, "Yo, I want to shop you some beats." Is that how that came about?
Must have played me some beats and it was hard. And then like, he was like looking out, like, yeah, bro, like, what I'm saying? Like here, like whatever up. You know what I'm saying? Like he was looking out for me in a way, like, like, oh yeah, like I appreciate like I like what you're doing type, like here, like, what I'm saying? Like looking out. Play some beats and hard.
That's fire. So that's the one you picked out of that batch.
Yeah, it was no bad beats in there though. But that's the one I like that stood out. I loved it.
No doubt. How long did that track take to record?
I don't remember exactly. It wasn't longer than an hour though.
Really?
Yeah, it was quick.
Because Soak City, you famously recorded in like 15 minutes, right?
15, 20 minutes, yeah. I think that I don't gotta wait on nobody. Like I don't have to engineer. You know what I'm saying? Like it's me
Mhm.
as quick as I want. And Bandline is like Pro Tools or FL. Like it's real quick. Like press
Mhm.
back to where you go. Like punch in like real quick. It's easier.
No doubt, no doubt. So, do you have anything lined up in the works with anyone else in the rap game right now? Any other collabs that we haven't seen yet?
Let's see. I'm working with who I got. Mm, yeah. Kaylin. Kaylin for real. LA.
No
I got
doubt.
us Greta. Luther Greta. And that's all I'm saying right now. But yeah, we got some hot features for sure. We're working.
No doubt. So, is all that coming out on the project you're working on right now?
But yeah, I think so. I think the thing is like I just want to make sure I have the best body of work possible. So
Hmm.
like, I have multiple songs with each artist. So whatever one's the best, that's what we're gonna do. And like, yeah, just like trying to figure out. And even if a song doesn't come on the project, it could be an EP before the project or a single after, single before. So I'm just trying to figure out what makes sense, like move with strategy. Not
That's dope. So, do you have a title for the project?
as of right now, no.
Okay, and any timeline for a release date?
As of right, I mean, honestly, it's changing every day because of
Okay.
how I'm moving. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
everything new happening with me every day is something changing every day. Some new artists tapping in. So like, I don't, not yet as of right now.
No doubt. I understand that for sure.
Soon though, soon.
Very cool. Very cool. Who would you like to work with most in your career?
Honestly, like, what up? If I could work with Lil Yachty, and Tyler the Creator, do right
Okay.
now.
Two two very talented artists right there. They're heavy into the production side too.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I said Tyler the Creator,
Would
for sure.
would you like to get into production yourself?
I think. Yeah, for sure. I talk about my manager all the time is I want to like get into writing songs because I can't sing. I would love to like write a singer or write or and produce like pop records and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
That's dope. Are there any other areas that you'd like to get into as your career
Yeah,
progresses?
like EDM, for sure. I want to get into like K-pop too. Like if I could like write like a K-pop song or something, those go up. You know what I'm saying? Korea, out of here. But for sure, it's bigger than rap. I mean, this is only. I think rap for me is just such a small part of my career. I think me at 17, by the time I'm 25, who know what I'll be doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those are
I'm not just trying to be rapping for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
no, no doubt. Well, don't leave us too soon, but those are fire career goals to have.
not for sure.
Um, so in this wild industry, you mentioned Mustard, but is there anyone else who's given you a specific piece of advice, be it your family, your team, another artist that is completely stuck with you and that you carry with you?
I would say Ghazi,
Yeah?
Ghazi from Empire, Ghazi. Ghazi just basically told me like he told me a lot. Shout out to Ghazi. So listen, Ghazi basically just told me at the end of the day, bro, it's like if you just do what you're supposed to do and with the same things that you told yourself that you would do or told people you would do early on in your career, you're supposed to maintain that. Like don't switch because the moment you switch and pivot the wrong way, all this gonna be over. You know what I'm saying? Like if I say I'm gonna work hard, let's work hard. If I say I'm gonna remain humble, let's remain humble. Because the moment any of those things switch, this could all be gone. You know what I'm saying? You mess yourself up out of position. You know what I'm saying? Right now, some people say like I'm in position. One wrong thing could flip it, and now nobody cares. Or now, you know what I'm saying? Just don't. You know what I'm saying? Just be appreciative of what you have and take advantage of what you have, because what you have is, just like a once in a lifetime. Like I'll never be able to relive this moment I'm having right now.
Sure. So once you lay a foundation with work ethic and determination, then it's all up from there, and then you can go creatively in all the different areas.
Right.
What you're saying?
Right.
No doubt, man. So let's go into shows, man. You've had some major looks on that front too. You talked a little bit about it before. I saw you on stage with Bia. I saw you on stage with Blast and Bino. Do you like performing?
Not for sure. I like performing. I think for me, every time I perform, it's like looking in the crowds, like they know me, like they know the song, like they like it. So it just turn me up a little bit more. I feed off their energy, they feed off mine. It's just feel like a roller coaster.
What's probably what's the biggest memory you have from being on stage?
Mm, when I was in Atlanta a couple weeks ago, performed at Morehouse, their homecoming, and it was like 10,000 people, and like that was the most I performed this for the 6,000 before, but that 10,000 it's so many people. It don't even seem like anybody out there. Like it just seemed like little dots. The 6,000 faces, but 10,000, like you can't even fathom that. Some people was like, you might see, that's the thing, you might see 10,000 followers and be like, oh, it's only 10K. But really 10,000 people is crazy. Like all you see is a light. Like you don't even see their face, you just see a light in the crowd. It's nuts.
Unbelievable. Is there like what comes over you in those moments? Like what do you like? What is it that is going through your mind?
Honestly, like people ask if I'm nervous, right? So like it's not nerves, I would say. I think right before I get on stage, it's like your heart start beating. It's like basketball, like in a basketball game, football game, like right before. But that moment I grab the mic and start rapping, it like go away. Like it does. I don't be nervous somewhere, but it's like I think it's more of like exciting.
Sure. Do you have shows lined up on your own?
Yeah. So I just announced like a couple of dates I have coming up on my page. I'm going to Florida. Well, this is not in the order, but I'm going to like Florida, Milwaukee, Detroit. Yeah, going to Milwaukee, Detroit. I feel like I'm forgetting somewhere. But yeah, we moving. We just moving. And I'm gonna be at the Roxy December 30th. That's in LA at home, Hollywood. It's gonna be my first like headlining show.
That's
December 30th.
that's fire. December 30th in LA. Like now, how's the travel schedule working with your school schedule? Are you just kind of navigating around it?
No, as of right now, I mean, of course, we like try to figure out days that I'll be absent, like as in like today, like today's a holiday that we got off, right?
Yeah.
So like today I can move around. I don't have school, like so things like that on the schedule, keeping up with what days I have off, which be the days that we would move the most.
No doubt. Not your typical day off for a high schooler.
No.
At all. Wow, man. So at 17 years old, what advice would you give someone your age or even younger who's trying to get into this rap thing?
I would say figure out what you want to sound like. Like figure out who you like your own sound. Like of course some people could copy a sound and like as they say like still like an artist, you know what I'm saying? Like take a little bit of something, put a little bit of something, that's fine. But I feel like just knowing that like once I said earlier, like I could say this forever and ever, you being you is what will make like you can make it off just being you. Like you know what I'm saying? Because everybody sounds the same, right? So if you're different and unique and like dang, like they don't like me because I don't sound like that, eventually you're gonna find people that want that different sound. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good. So I think just remaining yourself, and staying hungry, remaining, creative. Don't let anybody, take away your creative touch. Creativity for sure. And that's all. I mean, that goes off perspective. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own unique perspective when it comes to music and creation. So just maintaining that for you, just staying creative and in the creative place.
Great advice. Solid advice right there. What did you think about when you saw Travis Scott DJ in your song?
I thought it was fake.
Really?
I'm behind it until like I heard it. I'm like, whoa, like you like stopping the song and like talking in between. I don't know, it was crazy. It's amazing. Grateful.
That's super dope, man. So are you about to turn 18 soon?
Yes, it's December 30th. It's on the Roxy.
That's the same day as the Roxy show?
Yeah.
Wow, that is super fire, man. So, okay, well, I was going to ask you if you had any big plans to celebrate, but that's pretty much it then, word? That's dope, man. Is there anything else you'd like to share as you get introduced to the Double XL audience?
I mean, look out for me. I'm new, but if you look at like what we got going on and how I'm moving, you look on my page, we moving up there. You know what I'm saying? Charting. You know what I'm saying? It take artists years to chart. My feet just getting wet. You know what I'm saying? We chart
For sure, man.
big numbers. You know what I'm saying? Even they know it.
No doubt. Why don't you go ahead and give out your social media info, let the people know how they can follow 310babii.
What's good? Yeah, y'all. So look, follow me right here, 310babii on Instagram. Follow me on TikTok, 310babii. Like, wow. Tap in.
Dope, man. Check out 310babii shows, streaming on all platforms. Man, thank you so much for joining with me. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to talking to you again in the future.
I appreciate you. I'm great. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Be good, man. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.